Hi everyone, Chris from Chris London Online. Today we're talking about the budget you should put down on Facebook ads when you're starting your first campaign. Now, it's one of the things that a lot of people ask me when they want to launch campaigns. Well, what sort of budget should I be playing with? If you go too low with your budget, then all that's going to happen is we're not going to get the data that's required to be able to get your ad out in front of the people and then make educated decisions and reviews on those ads later down the line. You need a decent amount of budget to play around with to make sure it's seen by the right people and let the algorithm work. Second of all, go too high and you're going to be burning cash. You're going to be burning cash without knowing exactly what's working and what's not going to work. Ultimately, what we want to do is split test adverts. For those people who don't know what split testing is, it's where we run two different adverts with very slight difference between the two adverts to see which one performs better. So, for example, we may have one headline and the same headline on advert 2. We may have the same ad copy on both adverts, but we may run one with a picture and may run one with a video. As we then get to the end of the week, okay, so after around 7 days, what we'll do is we'll look at the results from the picture and the video to work out which advert performed better. We then discard the one that didn't work and keep the one that did. So for example, if we know that the video campaign worked best for us, we would keep that one and lose the picture campaign. Then what we might do is keep the video, keep the text the same, but change the headline. So we've got two adverts with different headlines. Remember, it's important to only, when you split test, change one thing, otherwise you're not going to know what's worked and what hasn't worked, and you should be constantly looking to tweak those adverts. So we need a decent enough budget to be able to split test, but without burning through too much cash. If you suddenly just put 50, £100 down on an advert every day, hoping that it's going to work because you think that picture and that text is going to work best, then you're going to burn through a lot of cash very quickly. Instead, what you need to do is put a lower budget on it, something like £5 a day, and test different campaign creatives, ad copy, headlines, to work out what works. Once we know we're getting a good return of investment from the ones that are working, we can disregard the rubbish ones, keep the good ones, and then we can scale up those adverts. So we can start putting more money on. So for example, if we knew for every £5 we were getting £10 back, what we then can do is put £10 down, and do we get £20 back? And then do we put £20 down? Do we get £40 back? And we scale the ad campaigns up in that way until we get to a tipping point where we suddenly don't start making that return of investment anymore. But we need to know where that tipping point is. And we can't just chuck all the budget down in the first place. So what I'd recommend is people start with a budget of around £5, ideally £5 per ad creative that we're running. That would give us a great amount of data. We can split test different creatives, and then we can work out what works, what doesn't work, and then it's just a matter of doing more of the stuff that works and less of the stuff that doesn't. If you want any more help or support with your Facebook ad campaigns or any part of your social media marketing, then feel free to get in touch, www.chrislondononline.co.uk, or you can find us on Facebook or LinkedIn, or just comment on this post or send us a message. We'll be happy to give you the help and support you need to make sure your business thrives on social media.